Absolutely. I told the guys this right after the match. I didn't say it a lot to them, but I said, listen, I think one thing that we have to look at first before we get into any frustrations or things that weren't done right tonight, we have to say the clean sheet's very important. And we didn't give a ton away. There was a couple moments early in the match, and then, I think there's only 2 shots on target that we give up. But as we move past that, and then that being a positive, and I think that's something that we need to build off of in terms of our first clean sheet of the year. It's for us, we expect more than this. We expect more from the performance. First off, we created a number of chances, but not enough in the end, and it never felt like we were in our typical way, and that's the truth.
On the disallowed goal, any take on that?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but the decision was made so quickly, so you have to assume that it was probably right. Yeah.
Jason? Troy, I wanted to ask about the double substitution. You pulled both holding midfielders and replaced them with 2 more.
Yeah.
What were you looking to change? What were you looking to maybe add to the dynamic of that?
Yeah, I thought that the stability of the team was just a little bit up and down. There was too many turnovers, and there wasn't enough control in the match with the ball. I thought that we needed a couple guys to come in and settle the game down. I thought Peltola did a decent job of that, as did Brandon. And actually, whenever we made the change, Kajima was starting to come into the game a little bit more, so maybe that was done too early on my part. I'm not unhappy by any means with Boris and Kajima. I just wanted to go for the game and keep things fresh and try to keep things under control so that we could go for the game for all 90 minutes.
You did mention, obviously, there were some, a decent number of chances for you, but there were some times where you get to the attack in the third and it kind of broke down.
Yeah.
What were you seeing in terms of the missed windows, maybe, or just the decision-making process that was kind of causing that?
Yeah, I mean, the attacks that were successful, they were really quick interchanges. The one that Gabby in the first half, if you can remember that, it's a really good ball inside the 18 into Peglo, and it's a very quick action from Peglo for a close finish from Gabby, right? That's a good example. We didn't have enough of that type of combination play that was at that speed. It usually got into positions and we took an extra touch, or we played it wide again, and we just never really threatened Montreal. Credit to Montreal, though. I thought that they did an excellent job defending, and especially in their box. They made it really difficult for us to get clean service and find targets.
Yeah, last week was a lot of long ball the whole game because you indicated that was your preferred method. The first half of this game was the same thing. And then the second half, it went more to build up by both teams. Did you ask your team to change the half, or was it a response to Montreal?
Yeah, I thought we had a number of good builds in the first half. I really did. I mean, I told you this last week, and I'll tell you this every week. The first threat that we have to always look for is in behind. The opponent has to stop that. And then once the game gets a little bit more stretched, which it did, a little too stretched from our standpoint against the ball, because usually we're not so wide open defensively. And I think we need to go back and look at that. But if the game starts to open up like that, then it's not as easy to play in behind. And so it's going to be typical that you play underneath more.
Coach, what do you think of Fidel Baraja's performance and what it's like to finally have him here in DC United?
Yeah, I thought it was a good, debut for him. He's been with us now a couple weeks, and he's been training pretty well and starting to get into our way in terms of our style of play, but also just getting his fitness where he needs it to be. He's really gotten after it this past week, and I thought he deserved this opportunity. I was happy with him in his 10, 12 minutes that he was able to come on, and now he's going to build off of that. He's a talented young player.
Hi, Coach. At a point in time during the game, I realized that they needed to press at a point in time. They weren't doing it, which could have resulted in a goal for them. What are you doing to improve on that?
I think that's something that when I say that we didn't really look in our way whenever I answer Steve's question, I think that's something we have to look at first at ourselves as a coaching staff. I thought we created a number of ball wins in the first half, a few in the second half, but we didn't have the same type of aggression and pressing style that you usually see. And so that's something that we always demand. We never want the opponent to be comfortable, and they were comfortable many, many times tonight. So this is something that will be addressed next week, because if we're that way versus Orlando City, they're very good, very, very good, and can hurt you.
Last one here.
Troy, what did you like from the team, and what do you think was missing be able to get the 3 points?
I mean, I'll just, go back to where I started. First off, I like a clean sheet, and this is something that we have to build off of, and we have to take that as a positive. What I didn't like on the night was the type of intensity and aggression and really just the dynamic attacking play that we look for and that we expect at home. I think we left a little bit out there tonight that everyone's gonna come back on Monday and be ready to go and hit a reset and say, okay, we have to do better this next week versus Orlando City.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.